Hello everyone and welcome to week 6. This is going to be a busy week, so I'll start at the top for this week's assignment. Definitely make sure you read this week's readings first and the best practices lecture. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create two different phone directory layouts, and I would highly recommend you have both the textbook and your own phone open as you work on these layouts. There'll be two different ones that you're going to create. The first one will be for the default directory layout, and you'll just want to make sure that you have the horizontal and the vertical layout, and you'll want to do both layouts. And within the first page, and you can label this however you want, you can save it as like the first part, second part, however you prefer to do that. You'll create a new layer, and then what you're going to do is create a layout that is going to consist of the phone directory, and it's going to have at least 4 people. And again, you can use for inspiration your phone, stuff you find online. For example, here's an example of an interesting layout. If you check out your phone, I'm sure you'll have something where you can go down your contacts list from A to Z, and you can kind of click on certain people. And basically, this is what the first part of the assignment is looking for. It's looking for you to create the interface for the phone directory for your contacts, and it wants 4 people. And you'll see that you want to include the first name and the last name along with 1 phone number. So this one doesn't have a phone number, and this one kind of does, so you could do something like this. And it says create 1 default avatar to be used for all the contacts. So again, this mystery man cutout is what you want to create. So you want to create that icon, and then you want to use Illustrator to do that, using the pin tool, shape tools to create just this mystery man, generic avatar. And you're going to implement that for all 4 of your contacts for the first page. And then you'll see how it says just arrange the graphics appropriately on your template. So at the end of the day, you should have something that looks like, this, for example. It'll have the first name, last name, phone number, generic little icon. It's up to you where you decide to place it. Background colors are completely up to you. Definitely make sure you have some sort of interface design, like at the top here. I could have a little section that would consist of the contacts. Select a color that I want to go with, and if you happen to already have colors set that you've been using, feel free to keep using them. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. And let me go ahead and find my layers. Looks like it's open, but my screen's a little large, so it's hiding some stuff. There we go. And again, this should be a fully completed design. So it should have everything, the layout, the background. Looks like I lost one of my squares for the background here. So I'll just add that back real fast. Be careful about bright colors. Neutrals are always a good thing. And looks like it's getting a little fussy with being sent to the back. So I could do something like that, and I know the contacts went below, but that's fine. Won't fight with that for right now. You could put, any sort of navigational areas. If you would like to add a scroll bar, you definitely can. And then, it's up to you in terms of how big you make the contacts. Usually about this size is, about the right size. And then, of course, from there, I can create the avatars, place them wherever I choose to. Usually it's on the left side, but I've seen some interfaces that have them on the right. Add first name, last name, and a phone number. And you're good to go with the first part of this assignment. Then for the second part of the assignment, what you're going to do, and I would recommend just, recreating this file, just using that for A4 template. And what you're going to do is you're going to recreate this layout that includes the same people from your default design. And then what you're going to do, in addition to having their first name, last name, and a phone number, you're going to add 2 additional points of contact. And this can be a secondary number, an email address, mailing address, home page, etc. Texting icons is perfectly fine. If you look at your contact pages, you might see a bunch of different features that you can have when you actually tap on someone. And then you're going to want to create 4 unique avatars for each one of the people. So now you're making it personal. Like for example, you can add a person's photo from Facebook. In this case, since we're creating vectors within Illustrator, it's going to be a little trickier, but you can create more detailed avatars. I'm just going to see if I can find anything. So you can see here some photos. Missed calls. Those are details you can add. Address information as well. Like if you were to tap on someone, you can see more information about them. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that might help you off the top of my head. Here are a bunch of different features, where you have them. You can call them real quickly if they're like your speed dial, different social media sites. Like this is more of like an I'm, but possible depending on what sort of interface you're using and what you can show. Really, the sky's going to be the limit in terms of what you decide to place here. Also note that there is a rubric attached to this assignment as well as on the course homepage, which can be found right here. Definitely keep that in mind. Please make sure that you always read the best practices, which is going to just be right here. The weekly lecture that kind of goes over, what the vocabulary, best things to keep in mind. Definitely, where you get a lot of points, I'd say at least 5 to 10% of your points are through here. Keep it very simple, very clean, easy to read. You'll see all these different features that are best practices. For the avatar, for the tooltip, for ordered data, definitely keep that in mind. And if you happen to have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and keep up the great work, and I'll see everyone next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.